for today's vlog, I am going to be sharing to you guys some tips on how you can use your iPad as a laptop. Most people are actually hyped in buying in buying iPads instead of laptops for their work, for their studies. So I think it will be a great opportunity for me to share my experience because I've got to experience working on my iPad. So I've been working for like 4 months using just an iPad without desktop or laptop. But yeah, it has also pros and cons that we'll be talking about later on this video. So I hope that you guys will keep on watching. So first up, my iPad is iPad Air Generation 4. So this one is in color pink. I cannot show you guys because I'm using it for filming. Yes, I can also do filming here on my iPad with a very nice camera as well. So thumbs up, iPad. So yeah, let's start off with the first one. So the first one that we have here, you can use your iPad as a laptop just by a keyboard and a mouse, a real keyboard and a mouse. So I have here a keyboard. I bought this one on Shopee. So this is what I use, this one. And also I have a mouse here, but I'm using it right now for my laptop. So yeah, you buy a mouse, so it'll be very much easier for you to drag files, to type, because it's really hard to type on the touch screen, when working. So I have to use a keyboard in order for me to work faster than the usual. So that's one tip. But the thing is, there are some cases that some keyboards doesn't have the functions, like without command function or option function in a keyboard. The mechanical keyboard that I got from Shopee doesn't have that kind of feature. So I'm having a hard time to copy and paste and other commands for Apple products because it doesn't have the command option. So make sure that if you buy a keyboard, make sure that it has command option here. Yeah, and also here, command option. So yeah, let's head on to the next one. Alright, so the next tip is that you have to download apps that are helpful for your work, for your studies, and many more. So it's just like choosing the right app for your iPad. We all know that we have here Notes, Keynote, we have Pages on iPad. But the thing is, there are much more helpful apps that you can use for work, for studying, and for many more. So one of those is the Microsoft 365. It's very helpful because it has Word, it has PowerPoint, it has OneNote, it has Excel. But yeah, it's kind of expensive. So we have an alternative here, which is the Google Docs and the Google Sheet. You can use those for editors, for creators, content creators. You can also edit here. We have here the iMovie, and also we have here some other apps that you can use for editing. For photos, like Photoshop, I don't think I can recommend downloading Photoshop here, but if you want to, edit here on iPad instead, maybe you can try, because I haven't tried it yet. I just used Lightroom, Stacy, Snapseed, InShot, Canva, what else? What did I use? PixArt, yeah, I also use that. And iMovie for editing and for photo editing. So those are the apps that I can recommend to you guys. But I'll be talking about the cons about this editing thing on my last part of the video. So make sure to watch it. So that's the second tip. You can use an app for you to organize your works as well, like Asana, what else? Notion. We have here Notion and Asana as well. So you can organize your work in an iPad. Alright guys, so the next thing that you need to have is the hub. USB-C hub. Okay, because at some point you'll be actually finding a hard time to search for Bluetooth or wireless keyboards and mouse. So you need to have these kind of hub. So yeah, I have here two. So this one is the first one that I got, but it only have one USB port. And we have here also an audio port. We have HDMI and for charging. So this one is very helpful for me, though I've never tried yet the audio one because I think it's not working. I don't know why, but I just really need this hub during that time. So I don't have enough time to return it to the seller and have it changed or whatsoever. So yeah, and then I got the second one because I need more USB port. So yeah, this one, you can use this one as well on your iPad because it's type C and it has a lot of USB port, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you have 4. And then this one for HDMI, I also tried this one. It worked. You can watch Netflix like on a TV, on a bigger TV, because if you don't have smart TVs at home but you have HDMI, you can use it. Okay, that's a good one. Versatility for iPad. So the last thing that I'll be sharing to you guys is that you can actually do multitasking here on iPad. So we have here a feature of split view where you can work on, for example, you need to open your Messenger while you are working on a Google Sheet. So we have here split view. So it will just show you two views of the app. The first one is the Messenger app, and the second one is the Google Sheet or the Google Docs. So it will be very much easier for you to answer on Messenger or to answer in emails and while doing your work on a Google Sheet or a Google Docs. So that is a very nice feature of an iPad, which the laptops doesn't have. Okay, so that's very a very nice feature of an iPad. And also you can have 3 splits, okay, up to 3 splits. So you can have here the what do you call this? You can hide the Messenger and then you use both Safari and Google Sheet. So you can just click on the arrow on the side of your iPad. It's hidden, so you just click that arrow, and then when you click that arrow, the Messenger app will appear, just like that. And it also has a dock where you can organize your files or your apps. I mean, where you can customize your whole iPad home screen. So that's a pretty much good feature of an iPad. So I guess that's all the tips that I can give you guys. Now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of iPad Alright, so now we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of an iPad as your replacement for laptops. The first one is that iPad is very handy. Okay? You can bring it wherever you want and anytime, anywhere you can use it. Okay? So, especially if you have the Magic Keyboard, because it has the keyboard and the trackpad, and you just have to bring your iPad with you. That's the case already. Okay? That's the That's the iPad case already, the Magic Keyboard. So it's very easy to use as well, and you can work on a cafe or on a restaurant, in a hotel, wherever you want. So that's one. The second one is that it has a multitasking function, which is the split view. I love that feature so much because you've got to work with another thing and another thing. So, like that. So, it's good in multitasking. The third one is that you have an option to buy hubs. Okay. So, hubs can be helpful for you to organize your files and your laptop, I mean your iPad, to be more versatile when it comes to functions. So the fourth one is that you have built-in apps already on an iPad. You can edit, you can download, you can also use a lot of things there. So it's very, very helpful. And the last one is that it's touchscreen. So that's actually a good feature because it's touchscreen. You have the option, if you forgot your keyboard or something else, you have the option to, use it still because it has a touchscreen. See? So that's all the pros for the iPad. Alright, now let's talk about the cons. So the first con for this iPad is that it is actually a bit prone to lagging, especially if you do have a lot of files already or if you do have a lot of apps and you just have a bit of storage. Like for example, you bought 64 gigabyte storage. It will be hard for you to manage your files because it is prone to lagging. And second one, for the Microsoft 365, you cannot use it without paying for it, of course. And I'm having a hard time to use Excel. That's why I use Google Sheet most of the time and Google Docs. Because when I open a file, a bigger file on Excel, it's taking too long. Like, for example, I can wait for like 5 minutes and it's still loading. So that's the thing about iPads. It's not really as heavy duty as a laptop. Third, for the battery life, you can use it for just okay, I think I can just use my iPad for work for like 5 to 6 hours, and then it will be low battery. It depends on which app you are using actually, because sometimes I can just use it for like 3 to 4 hours, and I'm having a hard time to charge it most of the time because it's really hard for me to work while the iPad is charging because it actually is getting hot. Okay, the device is getting hot if you use it while charging. So that's the thing. Especially in the Philippines, it's really hot right now. It's summer and you cannot use it while charging because it will damage your device, right? So it's not really a good one for you to use your iPad while working. So that's it. And what else? For me, other than that, those are just the cons. And it's just actually limited, the last one. The fifth con is that iPad is limited to its features. There are some cases that you can only open a file on a laptop, or you do have only you do only have an app, or you can only download an app using PC or using a laptop. So that's another con for an iPad. But still, overall, I love the experience using my iPad for work, but I now have a laptop where I can actually manage more tasks and more work. So that is much more easier for me. So I guess that's it for the whole video. I hope that you guys liked it. Please don't forget to comment down below if you have any suggestions. And again, I'll see you on my next video. This is Kat. Spread love, not hate. Bye-bye!